I swear to God, I've pressed the record button so many times. I just don't have the energy to press it again. So even if I fumble my words for the 100th time, I'm just gonna keep this rolling because I just don't have energy for another attempt. So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is not a vlog. This is a short little video to explain to you guys that your progress is not as slow as you think it is. Because what I've realized is that a lot of the newer gen athletes in this sport think that getting skills comes easy. And then when they come to the harsh realization that it's not actually easy, then they get discouraged or demotivated. But what you gotta understand is that most of the top athletes in this sport, their progress didn't happen in like 2 months or 3 months. Obviously, you have those exceptions like Christoph, right? Who, I think he unlocked planche in about like a month or a month and a half or something like that. This is not something you should base yourself towards, or whatever the saying is, you know. You cannot compare yourself to someone like that, because that someone like that is a freak of nature. And yes, he has some gymnastics background, and I don't think he likes to, well, really rely on that too much. He still tries to tell other people that it's his mindset and hard work ethic that has gotten him to where he is, which I don't deny. He has definitely worked hard. But you gotta realize that calisthenics progress, learning skills, is not fast. It really isn't. Now, on my Instagram, most of you have probably seen me preaching my 5-month insane like progress in planche and even regaining my front lever strength. But you don't know the backstory. You don't know anything about what I was like maybe 5 years ago, right? Because it's easy to say, oh yeah, you're 168 centimeters, 5'6", and you're 60 kg. It's easy for you. I'm 188 and I'm 85 kilograms. It's harder for me. People have tried to make this point in weighted calisthenics too. They say, oh, but you're light. Okay, well, I've attached 80 kilograms to myself. I did my body weight, 60 kg plus 80 kilograms extra weight, and I pulled it up. So what is your point now? What is your point now? So you have to understand that yes, like height and weight comes into play here, but it's your mindset. It's genuinely your mindset that holds you back. If you go day by day telling yourself that I can't do this because of my weight or height, like, who else is backing you if you are not backing yourself, right? Imagine you go day by day telling yourself negative things, self-limiting things. Who else in the world is going to tell you anything that's positive if you don't do it to yourself? Do you know what I mean? Do you understand? Because right now, imagine me. I wake up every single day. I'm like, ugh, I gotta do another session. Ugh, is that really the mindset I should be operating with? Can I operate with that mindset? Hell no, hell no. So I guess before this video gets a little bit too long, I should explain a little bit about my backstory or something like that. I'm not saying I'm like special and I have some like evil villain backstory. None of that. I have to specify by saying that I've been doing bodyweight pull-ups since I was like 7 or 8. I was doing pull-ups from a young age, and I wouldn't consider that fully like calisthenics, even though it kind of is. The only reason I wouldn't consider it that is because I never actually knew about calisthenics or street workout or anything like that until I was like 18 or 19, which was like 5-6 years ago. So before then, I was just doing pull-ups for fun, very rarely. I mean, it wasn't even that consistent. I was mainly a gamer for most of my life. I was wasting away, as some may call it. So yeah, I definitely won't deny that it helped me. Like, it definitely did help me. So having that pull-up base surely is a positive. But another thing you got to understand is having this is, it's not genetics. It's just the fact that I've done it for longer than you. So if any of you get discouraged and think that I am just way ahead or whatever, I'm not. I mean, well, I'm way ahead in the terms of like I started earlier, but genetically I'm not ahead. I mean, I like to joke about it and say, oh yeah, genetics. It really ain't all genetics. Decent, I mean, part of it all is down to genetics, but there's more to it. There's more to it. There's so many hidden hours which nobody shows you online, and you got to understand that these hours are there. You're just not seeing them. People don't want to put out their failures. More and more people are putting out their failures, but most of the time people put out the best of their entire training session, the best of the year or best of the month. You know, why would anyone try to embarrass themselves on purpose? And once again, I know there are people who are actually happy to do that, but most of us are not. Most of us want to show the world or our audience the best, right? So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind. And yeah, so to continue the backstory, I started calisthenics seriously around 5 or 6 years ago, and for the first few years of it, I wasn't even focusing on skills. I mean, heck, a lot of you are coming into this sport with the goal of instantly learning planche or front lever or whatever, and you have like no base. You have zero base. Yeah, you can barely do pull-ups, you can barely do push-ups, and then you're already thinking about these advanced skills. I mean, what are you expecting? Are you expecting to just get them? And sure, let's say you do make really fast progress. With really fast progress can come injuries, because you're just your joints, your tendons, all of these might actually adapt very well, but you're gonna be lacking in so many other areas. There's a reason why foundation in anything is just so powerful. Having a good foundation, having a great foundation is super important. And for the first few years of my calisthenics career, I was just doing a bunch of bodyweight pull-ups. I was doing, yeah, pull-ups, chin-ups, sometimes dips, push-ups as well, sit-ups, the absolute basics. I didn't even touch weighted. I was just doing bodyweight stuff for a long time. And then I still remember when I unlocked my first muscle up, it was actually, oh my god, that was a long time ago. And it was chicken wing, and then a little bit after it became a neater chicken wing, and it just kept getting better, better, better. And that's just the beauty of it. I wasn't trying to rush because I never had these urgencies. I was just enjoying the training itself. So for those of you who want to speedrun this sport, this might not be the right sport for you, you know? Because this sport is more about patience, more than anything. If you're not patient, then I don't know what you're expecting. I mean, you think you're gonna be Christoph and get these skills super fast? I mean, heck, you might be, but you more than likely are not. I'm not, you're not, and many others aren't as well. So that's that. And I just want to tell you that the way I unlocked front lever was not ethical. I didn't unlock front lever in the smart way or the smartest way. I was basically attempting to raise my body from a dead hang up, and I kept failing. Only my like upper body was going up like this, and my lower body was just hanging down. Like I couldn't raise myself, but I kept trying. I did negatives as well. I went from the highest position, tried to resist gravity. I never used bands. I never did straddle. In fact, I learned straddle after I learned the full. I didn't even know that straddle existed. The only progressions I knew about was probably the tuck and the one leg. That's it. And that's just from intuition. I didn't even watch any tutorials. So that's just another element of it. It really is just about enjoyment. And I've never had a training program. This ties into another topic, and I don't know how deep I should get into the topic, but I do want to mention that most of your top athletes have never used a training plan. They just haven't. They never needed it, you know? They were having fun just listening to their bodies, just understanding like how my body feels, for example. I don't know if that made sense. Sorry, I'm terrible in front of the camera, but when I was doing my training sessions, I felt like I'd be so restricted if I just watched, or not watched, but listened to a training program or like a training plan. Because it doesn't feel authentic, you know? It took the fun away from it. Having to follow a training plan, like do this many sets, do this much rest in between, do this many reps. it's just not, it's not fun. And for some of you, I guess maybe that's like, that's, I don't know, that you enjoy that, but most of the athletes, they don't really care about following a program. As long as they're having fun during their trainings, that's all that really matters. And yeah. And by the way, for those of you who are still watching, I really apologize for my terrible speaking abilities. Usually I'm great at speaking, but I just don't know how to speak to a camera. It's super awkward. And sometimes I forget what I want to say as well. And right now I'm just trying to think about what was the entire point of this video. And yeah, okay, I remember. So I was just trying to tell you that your progress isn't actually that slow as you think it is. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. What I wanted to just break down to the purest form is, just because more people are uploading their videos doesn't mean that you're falling behind. Super Clarkson said the same thing. And in fact, I'm happy I started watching his videos, because most of the things I've been believing and preaching for years amongst my friends or my friend group is the same stuff he says now. So in fact, we do have the same belief. It's just I haven't really been saying it online too much. So that's great, actually. So yeah, the truth is that if you don't give the sport enough time, then, well, you can't really expect anything from it, you know? It's, the input has to be good, and then your patience has to be good as well. Like, this is all about neural adaptations, you know? And that takes time. It's not something that comes easy or comes fast. So yeah, I guess I'd probably just call this part 1 of multiple talks. I'll probably do more talks like this. I know I probably butchered a lot of this again, as I mentioned, but I don't know. I guess I just gotta upload this video as it is and then get better over time. The next video should be a little bit more professional. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you think I said something silly, then just please let me know. Anyway, I'll just upload it as it is, and then yeah, see you guys.